What if the person you escaped from never truly left? What if he was still there, watching, breathing, standing right behind you, and no one believed you? Cecilia wakes up in the middle of the night, her eyes wide open, fear in her breath. Carefully, she slips out of bed, trying not to wake her husband, Adrian. She reaches under the bed for the hidden medicines, her hands trembling. Just as she's about to leave, Adrian moves slightly, and her heart nearly stops. Moving like a shadow, Cecilia grabs a duffel bag from the dressing room, stuffs her clothes and medicine inside, and adjusts a hallway camera to watch him as she escapes. In Adrian's high-tech home, even silence is dangerous, every sound feels like a trap. She disables the alarm camera and steps into the garage, praying he's still asleep. Suddenly, their dog Zeus appears, startling her. She removes his shock collar, but the dog accidentally triggers the car alarm. The lights flick on, Adrian's awake. Cecilia bolts for the fence, climbing over as fast as she can. Through the trees and into the dark road, she waits. Her sister Emily finally pulls up, and Cecilia jumps in. But before they can drive off, Adrian appears out of nowhere, smashing the window and screaming her name. They speed away. Behind them, he finds her dropped bottle of diazepam. 2 weeks later, Cecilia is living with her friend James and his daughter Sydney, still terrified to even step outside. James encourages her to check the mailbox, but a passing jogger sends her running back in panic. The trauma hasn't left her. The next day, Emily visits with shocking news: Adrian is dead. Cecilia can't believe it. She explains how he controlled every breath of her life, from how she dressed to what she thought. Death almost sounds too easy for him. But slowly, she starts to breathe again. She steps outside, gets her own mail, and smiles for the first time in a long while. Soon, Cecilia and Emily meet Adrian's brother, a cold, calculating lawyer. He reads the will. Adrian left Cecilia $5 million, on one condition: she can't be charged with a crime or declared mentally unstable. It feels like freedom. Finally, that night, Cecilia thanks James and Sydney with gifts, a new ladder for him, and a college fund for her. Everything seems perfect. But Cecilia can't shake the feeling that someone's still watching. The next morning, small things start to go wrong. She forgets to turn off the stove, and breakfast bursts into flames. Later, while home alone, she hears the front door creak open. No one's there, but she feels a breath beside her. That night, she wakes up as the blankets are ripped off her and Sydney. Lights flicker. Shadows move. She sees someone sitting in the chair, but when she throws the covers, no one's there. The covers won't move, as if someone's standing on them. Cecilia screams for help, but James insists it's all in her head, ghosts of her trauma. At a job interview, things get worse. Her portfolio is gone. She faints mid-interview. At the hospital, doctors find high levels of diazepam, the same drug she hid from Adrian. Then she sees it, a bottle of diazepam on her sink, marked with a bloody fingerprint. Now she knows, he's alive. Cecilia confronts Adrian's brother, claiming Adrian found a way to become invisible. They laugh it off. But Cecilia can't be shaken. Soon, her life spirals. Emily refuses to believe her, thinking Cecilia sent her a hateful email, one she never wrote. Later, during a quiet evening, Sydney is suddenly struck by something unseen. James rushes in, blaming Cecilia. They both leave her alone in the house. Desperate, Cecilia spreads coffee grounds on the floor and waits. She calls Adrian's phone, and hears it ringing from the ceiling. She climbs up, finds his phone, his knife, and her stolen work. Then, a noise. She hurls paint at the attic opening, and a man's outline suddenly appears. He's real. Invisible. But real. Cecilia runs for her life. She escapes, takes an Uber back to Adrian's mansion, and discovers the truth, a hidden invisibility suit. But she's not alone. He's there. Watching. She hides, he hunts. She barely makes it out alive. That night, she meets Emily at a restaurant to show her proof. But mid-conversation, a floating knife slashes Emily's throat. It drops into Cecilia's hand. Everyone screams. Cecilia is arrested, screaming Adrian's name. Now locked in an asylum, she insists he's there with her. And when she tries to end her life to stop him from controlling her, he grabs her wrist. She stabs him with a stolen pen, damaging his suit, revealing flickering glimpses of a man. Security bursts in, but the invisible man slaughters them one by one. Cecilia grabs a gun and chases him into the rain. He threatens to hurt Sydney if she doesn't obey. But Cecilia won't be a victim again. She tracks him down and kills him, only to find it's Adrian's brother under the mask. Later, police find Adrian locked behind a wall, claiming he was kidnapped, but Cecilia knows better. This was all part of his manipulation. That night, Cecilia visits him one last time. He acts gentle, apologetic, a monster pretending to be human. She asks him to confess, but he blames his dead brother again. When he leans in to comfort her, she steps away. Moments later, Adrian cuts his own throat. On camera, it looks like suicide. But outside the camera's view, Cecilia stands, calm, collected, holding the missing invisibility suit in her bag. James sees her leave. He asks if she planned this. She just smiles.